That was very unusual. I don't know what just happened, but I don't want to take any chances. I don't know if I have to delete that or not. I probably should just to be safe, because I'm not getting monetized right now. And if I got an actual violation, probably not. So I'll show my own videos. I can't get in trouble for showing my own videos. Some of you guys like bikes, so I figured I'd show a bike show video. How about that? Get away from politics for a second. That's a local around here. I'm around that bike all the time. That thing is so sick. That's a serious cholo ride right there. I'm wondering if maybe one of those news channels or something has a lockdown on their videos. And if you play it, you get copyrighted instantly. I'm wondering if I played some video I shouldn't have. We'll have to look into it later. Yeah, that's heavy. Yeah, I don't know. I have to play it back because I didn't see what you guys saw. I was looking on the other screen. So I didn't see what you guys saw. Like I said, the only reason I knew is because it sent me an email about it.
Smile, you're on camera. Yeah, brother. You happy?
All right, Nicholas, I take your word for it. I don't have any way of proving otherwise, so I wasn't accusing you of anything. I was just asking because your name came up at the same time. That was all. Just a coincidence thing. All right, let's go back. Instead, if I play my own videos, I can't get in trouble, I don't think. Play this one. I haven't watched this in a while.
Hello, I'm Forrest Gump.
Nobody gives a husky shit who you are, pussball. You're not even a low-life scum-sucking maggot. Get your faggoty ass on the bus. You're in the army now.
Unfiltered, not on this video, right? That's what happened on the last one.
So, cheated with a little. No.
Not on this one, I hope. What happened to Quincy too? I'll have to ask him what he was doing when it happened to him. Hey, Reverend Gunn, how's it going? Like I said, I'll be careful and play some of my videos for a minute. Hopefully, I don't get in trouble for playing my own videos. Well, Politician, if you can send me, if you screen captured, if you can send me that on X, I would appreciate that. Thank you very much. Okay, as long as it's not on this video. Just to give you a little context on this one, it was the funniest thing. So Antifa said they were going to come mess with this air show. This is out here by where I live. This is like maybe the third year that they put it on out here, so it's relatively new in this area. It used to be, I think they still have the one in Washington County. I'm not sure, but this is out in Yamhill County. And Antifa was going to mess with the air show. So I decided to go find out and took my camera and everything. And when I got there, there were no Antifa anywhere. There's like a couple of weird protesters a couple blocks down the road on the highway, not doing much of anything. So I was sitting in a parking lot and I was making some phone calls to figure out what was going on. And I saw this is American Legion riders, and they all go rolling into the air show together. And I know a bunch of these guys. I ride with them all the time. And so I just popped it in gear and followed them in. And I'm like, hey, what are you guys doing? They said, we're gonna ride on the runway. We're gonna do a flag wave to open up the ceremonies. You want to jump in? And I'm like, hell yeah, I want to jump in on that. So I got to ride on the tarmac for the air show to open up the air show ceremonies. And I had that was not on my bingo card for the day. So this was a pretty cool day for me. So you can see all these airplanes right here. When I have my bike club, the vice president of my club, he actually is he works for an airport they give flying lessons and all this kind of stuff. So they helped sponsor this air show. So not last summer, but the summer before, I spent all day helping move those airplanes around and direct traffic and all of that stuff. The private planes that came in. I cannot DM you permission thing. Okay, remind me before I get off here, and I will go over and fix that. I think we're not connected on X, so I have to connect with you in order for you to send me something. But anyways, I'm a bear, and I went to Sturgis way back in the day. In motorhome, know anything about their alley? Golden wing burning, hanging from the light post. We saw that in person. Nice. But so yeah, I got to spend all day moving around these old show aircraft. That's the Canadian stunt team right there. There's other stunt planes back here and stuff. So that's what I got to do that year. And I was a little disappointed that I didn't get to do it last summer. And then this popped up, and I'm like, so I still get to be in the air show anyways. So this was pretty cool. I enjoyed this. It was pretty simple, pretty basic, but it was fun. Reverend Gun, I'm not sure. I'd have to look it up. I'm not as knowledgeable on aircraft models as if you'd asked me the day after, I could have told you all about all the things, because I was doing, on the ground research while I was moving them around and stuff. But I couldn't tell you now. I'm not that knowledgeable on airplanes. And this is pretty cool because this is filmed right from the front of my bike. We were like this close to the flag ceremony and stuff. That was pretty awesome. And standing among a group of actual combat veterans while doing this it was like the icing on the cake. I was like fanboying out. I was super proud to be doing that with them. Probably get a copyright for this too. If they're on their shit tonight, then I may get in trouble for this too. Who knows? I think those are F-18s, if I remember right. in McMinnville. I have a T-shirt from the year I worked there, so, but I don't remember exactly what it's called. I just know it's in McMinnville, Oregon. Oh yeah, I'm filtered. If you're a pilot, then they had the air show in Washington County, and I think they still do. I think now we have 2 air shows, from the best of my knowledge. They started doing this one here about 3 years ago. It's a neat place to go to. There's a large, open, flat area around that airport, so it makes it really good to watch for viewing the air show. There's a lot of, you can't see very far from the Washington County airport, but this one you can. You can see from the off in the distance. So it makes it just really hot there. Because I think this was in August, late July, and it was like 90. I saw a blurb about that story. And, they're trying to get Ford to do weapons. That would be kind of crazy. But they wouldn't seem to know. I think if they're trying to government contract the automobile plants, then they must be planning on something bigger down the road. Nice, Nicholas. We filtered might know this if he's been to this airport. Right across the street from this. Bruce Goose is actually housed right across the street from this airport, and they've got an old Air Force One there too. Also, Air Force One there also. So this is a pretty neat area right here for a pilot. Yeah, I'm literally like 3 miles from this airport right now as we speak, so this is my backyard. From where I actually live, I can watch the airport air show from my house. Yes, you're correct, Uncle. I do know that. I do know that much. They got a lot of cool stuff in there. They spent a lot of money on that. I know that. Come on now. Why are you being so damn slow? Oh, I don't understand why this is being so dumpy. Come on. Just play already. Oh, it doesn't like this one. I played the last video just fine. Is it too long or what? Okay, it's not gonna let me play this one. Let's try this one. This is my other air show one. You guys seem to like the air. This is the year I got to work down there. Oh, come on. Don't be ridiculous, please. What the heck? Is everything going whack now? Yeah, they do got nice RV spots there. You could spend a weekend there easy. Especially because they got the water park there too. So if you have like kids with you or whatever, and you in an RV, and you can go to the water park. And there's other things around McMinnville too.
A few hours later.
Sound like an RS. He's just ripping it down the runway.
Yeah, I don't know, unfiltered, I don't know how many places, how many air shows let you actually fly into them. I know you couldn't here, because that's what I was doing this day, was I was out at the car runway parking private planes that came in for the show, and then we would shuttle them back on the golf course, on the golf carts to come back into the area here. This is a good, like, maybe half a mile between where we parked them and the actual air show here. So we would land them way at the far end of the airport and then shuttle them up into the air show itself. I don't know how many other air shows can do that.
This seems to be the new trend in YouTubers, and it is for sale. How about 100,000 likes, and I buy this Hummer. Haha, LOL.
Well, unfiltered, I mean, I don't know relative time comparatively speaking, but it is pretty organized. I have a connection to be able to get in there, but it is probably a lot more organized than it appears on my video. But like I said, I've never been in any other air shows.
You're a Nazi. You're a Nazi. You're a Nazi. Well, he is.
All I know is being out on the tarmac like this, it was anything but lame, dude. I was like a little kid all day. I was having so much fun. And it was so hot, and you're so miserable, but I didn't care. I was just glad to be out
Am I
there.
too far forward? Oh. It's huge. How big are those motors? How big are those engines?
They're decent.
That was so cool. I've never seen that in person. I can pull the wings down. That was so badass.
I wasn't planning to get closer yet.
Yeah, so maybe this is a little bit more lax, and that's why. I mean, it's run by other pilots and stuff, so I think maybe it's more of a clubbish type thing, I guess.
laughing because listen as this goes by to the noises this airplane makes. And I was thinking, that if my truck was making half the noises this airplane makes, I would not drive it to the store. Yet these guys are flying these airplanes and doing acrobatic stuff with them. So there's proof that this airport stays a functioning airport, even in the middle of an air show.
Yeah, that was
Somebody
crazy.
wants to come land here in McMinnville.
Civilian planes just land right in the middle of an air show, so I guess maybe it is kind of informal.
Man, she's getting it. So that's an old P-38. Pretty sure it's a P-38 Mustang. If I'm incorrect, put it in the comments. But there's another one running around here that is taking people for rides at $115 a minute. You get to ride in one of those, and they ain't doing all this cool stuff that this lady's doing in her plane. Probably half throttle ride. They take you on a 20-minute ride. It's $2,500 a person to go ride in an old Mustang plane. Like I said, that's not even doing this kind of cool stuff. It's just kind of a slow ride. They do a quick flyby of the airfield. Woohoo! You get to go fast for a minute, but I'd rather just sit here and watch her do really cool stuff with it. Said I will get a shot and try to edit in the side of the plane where it tells her name, but yeah, that's a lady flying that airplane. And all these modern day new age people want to talk about equality. And women doing everything men can do. So all you DEI people should be cheering on this woman pilot, because she's doing stuff men won't do, and that's how it's done. Gonna be like a dogfight deal or something?
It might be.
Yeah, but was it the Canadians that beat them, or was it us?
Yeah, the weather was great that day.
Or the British? I don't remember
It was a
Canadians
bit
being
hot
much involved
this
in
year,
this.
but it was a great day.
This air show brought to you by John Deere. Nothing runs like a deer, but it doesn't fly. Dumb joke. Meanwhile, we're at an air show, so how about back to airplanes? Not being the historical expert or anything, but I'm not sure how much I remember reading about the Canadian Air Force helping down German airplanes, but I could be wrong. And now he's on their tail. Trying to keep up with them?
Tell you what, though, it's a hell of a lot more exciting than watching in person. Shows, man. I wanted to be a pilot when I was a kid, but that never panned out.
Jesus.
I think it would be awesome. think unfiltered. I think the reason why it's so cool at this
Walking the dog.
airport is because they have so much room to do stuff. They're far enough away from the PDX flight pattern that they can just do whatever they want here. From what I've been told, I'm not an expert. I think the way the clouds were that they made a super cool backdrop to this. Here they get a little bit more free room to go around. The camera does not do it justice to being there in person. Being there in person is just epic. Especially when they come this close and you can feel it in the What's super cool is being in the hot pit and you're standing around with other pilots that drive, that fly, operate smaller planes, and they're just as googly-eyed about this stuff as you are. It makes you, it's super cool. These guys are pilots.
Look how quiet they are, man. If you're an enemy, you wouldn't know they were here until it's too late.
Pretty much.
The guy you hear me talking to one of the videos the other day. One of my writing buddies, he's ex-Navy and actually some stuff in the Navy. You'll get tickets. All you have to do is literally about 20 yards away and there's the grass parking lot. So you just take some advantage of that parking lot. And if you're not interested in walking around the planes, if you just want to see them fly, there's fields all over the place you can park in and watch this for free.
Everybody's moving a lot off of there. That might be it.
I just saw a video of one next to another. Somebody was saying I should post more writing videos. That's what I got all over my other channel. This is me riding on the Oregon coast. Only imagine with the radio chatter. Probably. It's funny because most people don't even think, I mean, I was in Washington County for a long time. You know, a lot of people don't realize that it's in window. They don't give you any warning or anything like that, really. And you'd be driving around town, and all of a sudden, there's military jets flying above you, really low altitude, really loud, in the afterburner and everything. They're doing their practice run for a day or so before this. And it scares the crap out of everybody in town. We usually get a couple traffic accidents out of it. You know, for those of you in other parts of the country, this is the Coast Highway. This is riding on the Oregon coast. This is what the Oregon coast looks like on a normal day. This is the 101 that goes all the way from, well, theoretically, it goes from the Olympic Peninsula all the way down to San Diego. It's all different, basically. But speaking of the coast, unfiltered, have you ever been to the Tillamook Air Museum? Tillamook Garden? forgot that video. What started halfway through the video.
You got to slow down eventually, and then I'll catch up. But yeah, this is cool just to get to let it go because Memorial Day weekend, there's a lot of traffic holding us up quite a bit. You'll see that later in the video. It gets frustrating. So every chance we had to twist the throttle a little bit and clear the pipes, then that's exactly what we're going to do.
Like I said, I didn't know if you heard that question.
Long,
There's a
sweeping
museum,
curves,
air museum,
good
in Togo
pavement,
that's
nice wide lanes.
Limp hanger, and I guess the
Makes
hanger
it fun to
got
just hit the
damaged
throttle and just enjoy
a
it.
few months ago.
Nothing
They
rowdy,
don't
but
have
enough to be fun.
to fix it all back up. So I think they're shutting that museum
Until
down.
eventually we're
That's
going to
kinda
catch
sad.
up to a big white wall in front of us. And that signals the end of our fun times. And here we are again. No, I do not ever, on purpose, miss a chance to film myself riding through and over a cool bridge. Just kind of my thing. So I remember when I was younger, my dad was a big war movie buff. If my dad was in the living room, there were two things on the TV. It was either a boxing match or an old war movie. And I hated it when I was younger. Why do you gotta keep watching that? Why? Until I got older and knew a little bit more and realized what they're actually about. I got older and realized what valor was, what honor was, what sacrifice is. And now, especially, once you get older and you know people that go off to war and come back, and hopefully, sometimes they don't, you watch these movies, and I'll admit to being a little emotionally invested in them sometimes, and I'll tear up if a character that I've associated with doesn't make it to the next scene. But I'm reminded of that because on the side of this highway, I'm looking off to the left here and seeing the beautiful Pacific Ocean and scenery. And every once in a while on the right-hand side, there's a sign that says so-and-so Memorial Highway. And that's in memory of people that made the ultimate sacrifice for valor and honor and loyalty and brotherhood and whatnot. But they made those sacrifices for me, and they didn't even know who I was. And to me, that's pretty badass. That's pretty special. I don't know them either. I don't personally know anybody in my life that didn't make it back from a war, or any immediate family members, but I do have veteran friends and family. I can imagine what it would be like to get the notice that they went somewhere to fight for us and didn't make it back. I've walked through Arlington Cemetery. My wife and I placed flags on veterans' graves on Memorial Day. We really appreciate the sacrifice that was made for us to live like we do, so that I can ride this highway today and enjoy freedom. That's a pretty big thing because, like I said, now that I'm older, I realize what that sacrifice means, what they actually did for us. And I think everybody should remember that. It's not all about, barbecues or the beginning of summer. It's a day to remember exactly why we get to live like we do. That's what Memorial Day is. Don't get it confused with Veterans Day.
Veterans Day, we honor all veterans. On Memorial Day, we remember those who didn't make it, that actually gave up the sacrifice, or that actually made the sacrifice and gave up their lives in the process of defending our freedom. So although I'm stuck behind traffic and riding slower than I'd like to on this section of road that is really, really fun, I was looking forward to this being really fun. It's all right, because there's bigger things that today is about. And that was kind of my thoughts on why I wanted to make this video. If you have a family member that we're remembering today, then thank you for your sacrifice. Hold on, I'm going to be quiet so you can hear the tunnel. I love this part. Yeah, no matter how old you are or how many times you've ridden through a tunnel, you still have to act like a 5-year-old. But anyways, where was I? Obviously, if they're not here anymore, there's not much I can do to let them know. I don't know what you think about the afterlife, but if they can hear or see what we're doing right now, then maybe somebody's hearing me say this in the afterlife and understands that the sacrifice was appreciated. I know that's coming out all jumbled, but it is what it is. But that's the important part of this video, is that I get to make this video because of the people that we're supposed to be remembering today. Or should I say on Memorial Day? Because again, I'm making this video a couple days later, so I'm putting myself on the ride in my head. So that's why I'm saying today, but actually a couple days ago. Memorial Day, you know what I mean.
Don't nobody understand the words that are coming out of your mouth, man.
Yep, another bridge.
Yeah, I think I do know Unfiltered.
So I think that speech is over. I just realized that I probably could have said all that in a short paragraph, probably like 30 seconds. I think they call that bloviating? Not sure.
Wow, that's a lot of words.
But if you're still watching, still listening, thank you. How about we get back to bike stuff? Man, I tell you what, this is what it's about. I ride a 20-year-old bike. It's not the greatest bike in the world, but boy, I can't think of any better way to spend a day than climbing on the saddle and doing this. Sometimes you just need to ride. Throttle therapy. And it doesn't hurt that I have a beautiful highway like this to do it on. If you get the chance, then go find a road that you don't travel on every day and see the beauty. See the beauty of America. This is an American day. I love America.
You don't like America, why don't you get out?
This highway is absolutely great. And I don't even mind the traffic right now. This is just a chill ride, getting great gas mileage, as if that really mattered. Enough turns to make it interesting. Beautiful scenery. It's just a great day. I don't know what else I can say on that. I've kind of run out of things to say for a bit. So how about I just put on some music? Some of the scenery is just too beautiful to not put in this video. So if you want to continue watching for a bit, I'll just throw on some background music and maybe I'll talk some more in a little while, but right now let's just enjoy the ride. Yep, another bridge.
Night, Rap. Thanks for jumping on, bud. Not very exciting tonight. We're just chilling. Oh, this was a good day.
All right, boys and girls, dog lovers of all ages, I'm back. So we're gonna go get back in the.
Oh, come on.
Oh wow, yeah, I'm rolling up the spot now. Looks like there's already some people here. So let's find a parking spot and say hello and get on with the day.
We always switch right back though. I was too. I was off. I'm a Barbie girl. I'm fucking rocking it, bro. Good.
Right? You guys went to his Restream, you'll find out.
And people get in the way of filming as I get in your way.
We're good. I'm glad you guys are enjoying watching it. He said it's not very exciting, but yeah, it's not Portland, so that makes it good, right?
All right, I'm gonna try to find a good spot to film the exit here.
This is why I got out of politics for a couple of years.
Hey,
Took some time off to do this.
easy now. Jeez, what is wrong with people? Don't you know motorcycles have the right of way? I'm not sure if that's true or not, but we're gonna go with that. And here we go. Like I said, it's been a minute. I'm a little excited. Maybe more than I should be. I'm not sure. But whatever, don't judge me. It's a good day for riding too. This weather's absolutely perfect. Not sure what these guys are doing. It looks like they're going on their own ride. I'm following the wrong parade. Probably better get up to the real back where I'm supposed to be. Alright, so I don't know if you guys know it or not, but apparently I've been told that May is Mental Health Awareness Month. So here I am, tending to my mental health. A little throttle therapy. Again, it's an absolutely beautiful day.
Yeah, I can't believe
Riding with some cool people.
Crap.
Yeah, it's good for your It's good for your soul, good for your mental health, as we're talking about. As I stated earlier, it's been a minute since I took a ride, so this is gonna do me a lot of good. It's always good to not be alone. Sometimes riding by yourself is cool, but sometimes it's just good to be in a group of people that are all feeling the same way that you are. Crap in the road. What's he doing? Oh, that's cool. He's stopping to pick that up. That's pretty nice of him. You know, keep an eye on him in the mirror and see if wait for him to catch up, so he's not all by himself. Seems like a pretty confident rider. Sure, he's got this handled.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
Okay, now I'm in a little bit of a pickle. So I've been watching in my mirrors, waiting for this guy to catch back up, and he still hasn't. I don't know what happened to him. I mean, I'm pretty sure he didn't wreck or anything. He was in control of his bike. But anyways, I've lost the pack in front of me. And although I know these roads really well, and I do know where we're going, I don't know which route they're taking. I don't want to lose a pack. It's going to ruin my whole damn video. So, I'm going to kick down a couple gears and try and catch up with everybody. Alright, looks like I have found the group once more. People are going to think I'm retarded. I better start riding like I know how to ride. Not sure what's going on here. Not sure that this guy's part of our pack or not. Seems like an awful little bike. I don't remember such a little bike being with us, or he's a new rider. Either way, more power to him. He's with us or not. Thank you, buddy. Gotta catch back up so I can actually get video of the other bikes. Otherwise, this is kind of pointless. Again, I feel like I'm way behind everybody.
Thank you, Unfiltered. Appreciate it.
I'm still taking it easy. These roads are lined with gravel. And all these farms, these farmers, the tractors and the trucks and the trailers, they drag all this gravel out on this road. It can get hairy really fast, and I had a close call a couple summers ago, and for some reason it still messes with my head a little bit. I know it shouldn't, and I get over it. But, you know, sometimes those lingering fears and doubts mess with your head. Yeah, now we're going to catch up with everybody because we're coming to a stop sign. And now I feel like I'm a part of the pack again. So here we go. imagine being that farmer waiting to pull in your driveway and got to wait for 40 bikes to go by. Hopefully he's a motorcycle fan and he's enjoying the scene instead of sitting there being impatient. At least he's not cutting everybody off. People around here are usually pretty cool with motorcycles. So like half this group is kind of local. Actually, we got a lot of out-of-towners. There's probably more people not local than there are the people from around here. And I'm not keeping up with that guy. But you can always tell the people that are used to these roads and those that aren't. But you know what? Here's a pro tip, and I tell everybody. Doesn't matter who you're riding with or how they ride. Ride your own ride. Be safe. I'd rather wait for you than watch you go down. If you're not comfortable at the methods or the speeds that your pack is going, just chill. But don't give in to peer pressure. This isn't a competition unless you're on a track, and this is not a track. This is about having fun. Anyways, there's my public service announcement. Let's get back to riding. I just want everybody to notice. I want to point out the fact that I'm passing a Hayabusa right now. I will probably never ever again in my life get to say that while I'm riding on this Harley. So, yay, it's a good day. So any of you that follow me have probably figured out by now that I'm a fan of the Shade Tree Surgeon channel. And any of you follow him know that he's got business dealings here in the Pacific Northwest, so he comes out here quite often. It's amazing to me to see the excitement he gets riding our roads. It's a lot different riding here than other places in the country. Oregon's just absolutely beautiful. And this right here, just going down curvy corridors like this, just chilling, it really makes you appreciate where I live. Makes me appreciate it. And it's pretty awesome. But we're coming up to the fun road now, so I think I'm just going to chill for a while and pay attention to my riding. Please keep your hands and feet attached to the vehicle until it comes to a complete stop. Thank you. Alright, so it's time to shake a couple hands, maybe shove a burger down my throat, and then my third shift ass is going to go home and take a nap. Been awake for about 36 hours now. I don't recommend riding when you're this tired. Once the adrenaline wears off, I'm going to probably regret my actions. But in the meantime, I'm going to enjoy my day for a little bit longer and go home. And thanks for watching, guys. Hey.
25 second video. Come on. Wow. Okay, this is really fucking annoying. Maybe if I make it bigger, it worked last time. Nope. I wonder if I watch
Girl, hey, back one out.
later.
Hey, check out my.
It's not being very nice. He's still got 90 people watching him.
What happened?
And they're talking about Pam.
Hello? Is anyone going to talk?
Go ahead, Yarn.
Oh.
So what was the whole point of her group tonight talking? Because, you know, tonight seemed a little bit different than the other night, you know, when she had it.
Sorry, guys, I got to turn something else on. That
like that
watching that writing stuff was putting me to sleep a
something
little
seemed
bit.
a little off tonight.
And I got to stay out for another.
They had.
I remember using Kazaa.
They were trying to talk
in
about
LimeWire.
or they were trying to make her
Sorry, I know
listen.
we were
Then Mike coming
I
up
gotta
to
stay
being
awake.
a co-host. I hadn't seen that before, but he had made being a co-host before. But you know, it just seemed a little.
Get some fresh air for a
bit
second.
of a
So I can wake
strategy
up. I'll be
there
right
tonight,
back.
just listening to what all they were talking about.
Well, I think it started out they were going to talk about Jan 6, but I think Sandy became a problem child.
And then I came in and I became a problem, not just a child.
And Geyer was in there and asking question after question after question. And then Fake Marine, you know, decided he was going to attack Geyer, and Geyer went after him and says, I'm trying to talk to Pam. And then when Patrick went in there and said, I want to address this to my, you know, and then he called him a mafia boss. And he was 100% correct. The way he was speaking to him is like, you know, if you don't want to answer the question, just say, don't answer the, I don't want to answer the question.
Anyone can.
You know, but no, they had to drop him.
Well,
And just
if I can get to your, if you could, if you're on X, that's always a way to try to get to me.
You know, what gets to me is
You
I
can
don't
comment on
understand
my page
how
and give me your X
you
handle, and
can't
I'll
have a
follow you back.
conversation and just drop somebody. You know, it irks me.
Yeah, what was that at the end? It just was like, boom, done. No warning at all. That's just
Hey,
weird to
Mystic,
me.
go ahead.
Hey guys, sorry I couldn't listen to the whole thing tonight. I was trying to average out the percentages. The original topic was supposed to be about Pam and J6, correct? And as soon as Sandy came into that room, it was 70% Sandy, 10% maybe about the topic, original topic, and the rest of it was 3 co-hosts fighting with very few speakers. I think maybe 10 people spoke the whole night.
Being a viewer somehow.
So for Sandy to have the gall at
still
the
in here,
end
let
of
me
the
know.
night to say, Well, I didn't
Four
get to
people. I wonder who's
talk.
just got it
I
on
didn't
in the
get to
background or something.
finish.
If you're still around,
Mike came
say
barreling in
something.
there saying, Sandy only spoke for half an hour. Well, Mike wasn't there the whole friggin' time either. And Sandy needs therapy. That's it.
Of
Spaces are
course,
not
we're still talking
gonna
about
be
Sandy.
therapy for him. I'm sorry. You know, I still have a little twinge of I feel bad for him, but he needs to take care of himself, and there's nobody that can help him inside the spaces. He just can't open one and anyone willingly stay in there for God knows how many hours to actually listen to him go on and on and on and never land on anything. So I get a lot of people feel bad for him, and that's fine. That's their prerogative, but you can't fix him. He has to go get the help that he needs. A change of medication. I mean, that's how it
What's
started out
up,
with
Angry
Patrick when he
Oregonian?
came in.
Shout out to the
Hey, you need to change
Angry
your therapist,
Oregonian.
change your
What's up,
meds,
brother?
adjust them,
I
go see
support
a
you, man.
doctor. And then it got volatile, and that wasn't Patrick's fault. And I,
Sometimes
I,
Angry Oregonian
I
says
can't blame him for
the
responding
thing
the way
that
that he
people want to
did.
say, but sometimes
To
they
be
just
honest,
don't
I mean,
say it.
that's just my opinion,
And
but
then when
the
he
whole
says
thing
it,
was just a
everyone,
shit
not
show.
everyone, but some people are like,
I
thank
want to
God
add this
somebody said something.
really quick. This
Someone's
the
got to
eight
stand up.
the eight
I
head
appreciate
when
you.
he said he was bleeding on his leg, and Geyer pulled up
Yep,
on him,
Missy's right.
you
It's
know,
the
and he
Night Owl
actually asked him,
Club.
"You okay?" You
Who?
know,
The Night Owl Club.
when he
Who?
asked him, "Did you see him doing anything with his legs? Did you
Sorry.
see any blood? Did you see anything? I mean,
No.
did they look like they were attending to his legs?"
No.
Okay, thank you.
No.
So
No.
bullshit.
And I've seen so many different angles of that night. And no, Sandy is making stuff up as he goes along. Like nobody threatened to shoot him, nobody threatened to kill him. We are not putting his life at risk, but he keeps falling back on that. Keeps flip-flopping on sides, and well, you just wait, I'll release these videos. You know what? He would have released videos already. He yes, he's wanting attention, but he's going to the wrong place for the attention. He needs to go see a doctor. And that's it. Bottom line. Nobody can, there's nobody on X that can help him. There's nobody down at ICE that can help him. And Pam is not his friend. Nobody down there is his friend. And I don't believe he's going back to Minneapolis, a place he was running away from, either. I don't believe that for a second. He keeps changing his story. And he's not in danger at his apartment. He's putting himself in danger. And if
Correct on everything you've said so far, Peggy.
well, I'm looking at it logically. I'm trying to take the emotion out of it because it's easy to get caught up in that kind of thing. And our compassion, you know, we have big hearts and we want to lead with that, but we also have to be smart about it. It's dangerous, and he's a danger to himself, and there is not one of us that can stop him. None of us, including Pam, including Spider Mike. None of us can. Only he can.
He asked Spider Mike to be his bodyguard. I did not catch what happened after that moment. Did anybody else?
Um, Spider Mike also lied, and he said that he went over there to check on him and stuff. But then in the
What's
beginning, when
up,
he
Danny
came in, he
Rebel?
goes, "Yeah,
Everybody
I
say
didn't know what
hi to
was
Danny
going
Rebel in
on."
the chat.
Spider
What's
Mike
up,
didn't know
bro?
what was going on
Real quick,
the whole time.
before I forget, because I always forget, Tinkerton wanted me to remind you that he believes that you still have a battery pack of his that he needs. Here's a way I could prove that I actually asked you about it because it's on live and it's recorded. So there you go. He keeps. I said, can't you just DM him? I don't know.
against a
So I'm asking you for him. He asked me the other day, and I said, I'm sorry, I forgot to ask him about it. So I'm asking you right now.
because of Shane and me protecting and speaking out for him in favor of him that everybody is against me. No, Sandy's inserting himself everywhere that he can for
Mm-hmm.
attention. And again, none of us can save him. None of us. And that's it. I mean, you can say your prayers for him. I have, but we can't help him.
There wound up being more people in that space than there was.
There were only 2 spaces open. Well, at least on my page. It goes by who you follow, I guess. But I don't know. Nobody spoke. Maybe 10 people the whole time I was in there, at least. And I think there was a lot of incognito people that were in there trying to see what Sandy was gonna say, his explanation of things, which he never was very clear on. Like, well, you guys will see.
I just realized that there's no space for me to go up as a speaker, so it won't let.
Well, fine if
Oh, hold on. Sorry, guys.
or if I end up dead, it's on Mega. No, it's on him.
There were
Someone has
33
to drop down to
speakers.
make a space available because it won't let me request.
How many spoke?
Pam dropped the space when
Well, Pam, TikTok, Spider
fucking
Mike,
Sandy
Pauline.
was talking. Pam
I was
dropped
2
the
of them
space
because
in the middle
I
of
came in on 2
Sandy
accounts.
talking.
See, Flower,
Okay.
I'm recalling all the names.
Me?
After Artsy blew a hole in the boat
Stealth,
that she was sailing,
ADD. Can you
lost the
all
wind
name
in
any
her
more?
sails, that's for sure.
Oh,
Yeah, she said F your space, but she did it in
Or
a pretty
Apex.
polite way.
So
She
basically, it was.
kept it PG.
I didn't catch that. Curious to say again.
I want to go up as a speaker, but it won't let me because
I said,
everybody's
hang on, I'm going to send you something.
like, there's people that haven't been. Someone needs to go
I
down.
think Nisi did originally.
Someone needs to drop
Okay, she was
down
in there
so
for a
Ground
second.
Zero can talk.
Saya, can you check your messages?
Really?
Yes, I can. Haha, Stealth. Yarn Cam, go ahead.
I think a lot of with Sandy is he's he wants attention constantly all the time. He feeds on it, and I went out of this space for a while, and I was checking on some things, and I came back in, and Sandy's still talking, and when he's talking, it was like the space that I had. And he was saying the exact same words and saying the exact same thing, talking to Pam. And I was all like, thinking in my mind, oh my goodness, he is such a player. I mean, the way that, I was feeling so sorry for him, in the beginning, and that's why I let him into my space. And I really wanted to help him out and stuff
Angry
because,
Oregonian.
I'm
Yeah,
that
that's
type of
right.
person
I
that,
know. It's like,
I want to help people. What comes around
how am
goes
I gonna
around,
get up there? I
But
know, and then they'll talk
listening to him, he's just playing everybody
quite a
for
bit.
everything they got. Feel sorry for me. I want to speak and I
Can't
want
do
to
anything.
want everybody
And
to
there's
feel
no way
sorry for
to.
me all the time. He's an attention getter to where that, he's playing everybody. And, I think he's a lot smarter than he puts himself out there to be, just so he can get whatever he can get out of what everybody, to get what he wants, and I think he feeds off people feeling sorry for him. So, he can get more out of it. Like it's anybody feeling sorry for him, he has more energy or something to sit there and, play off more. Because he mentioned tonight, well, I'm going to be there this weekend. Why would he tell everybody he's going to be there this weekend? Because he wants attention. I'm to the point to where, I can't feel sorry for him anymore. I can't do it because it's all game to him.
So I just got confirmation there were 33 speakers in there. I forgot NPA or NPC, NPC talking to her, and of course it's NC Patriot. Let's see, we've got Stealth, we've got I don't know the person's name. I
Could have
see. I
Ground
think
Zero up
Peggy was
there.
in there at one point. Spider Mike. I don't know who these other, but it was 33 total speakers. Captain Jerry.
Oh, talking about earlier.
So, and there were 22 listeners, and then of course, there were a ton down in the bottom. Oh, remember the Arab, the Muslim spoke. Nasir.
Yeah, it's all a blur because he spoke for very long without having a co-host shut him down or, that's why Sandy at the end saying, well, I didn't get to speak my piece or answer questions, but nobody had any questions for Sandy. And that wasn't what the space was originally about to begin with. If I had known it was going to be about Sandy that whole time, I wouldn't have even gone in at all. I would have just hung out in your space and had a good time all night. But that was just another crazy town night. And I don't know if he's doing all of this by design. I think it's more mental illness than anything else, and he doesn't recognize that he's doing it. Maybe part of him does, but not. I don't think 100% of him realizes what he's doing. But even Pam at the end was like, "Hey, I let you talk for hours." I don't think he realized he took up the majority of the space.
Ground Zero, go ahead and request. Get me a message. He wants to come up.
Failed. Let me see. Try it again.
Shane with a Y. We had Shane without a Y, and now we got Shane with a Y coming up. Is blocked. I don't want that Get Bad to be anywhere near this space or anywhere near a Patriot room. You can go F yourself and preferably go swimming and hold your breath for 2 minutes underwater. Do we get Shane up here yet?
Yeah. Yes, I see him next to Teresa.
Yeah, sorry, just trying to get my audio all right.
How you doing, sir?
Not bad, not bad. How are you?
Well, we're just recapping the insanity from the space we listened to tonight. Listening to we don't call we don't refer to Dogface as a name anymore. He's now called Eight Head because we have a photo of him, and that isn't a forehead. That's an eight head. You could literally take a projector and shine it on that forehead. We don't need the wall over anymore. We just use his head.
Wow. Yeah. I I didn't step into that space until much later. I think I was only in there maybe an hour. Um, but I did notice that she had been running that space for about 6 hours or so. And yeah, that was a long one. So I missed a lot, but I did catch a few things. Um, I do want to hit on Sandy real quick before I get too deep into anything
Please
else.
don't hit on them. That's gross.
Oh, thanks for the comic relief there, Mark. Um, so hold on, guys, 1 second. My camera just, and I'm still learning this crap. All right. So Sandy is, I believe, neither left or right. I think Sandy is just has a whole different mission than the rest of us, and and I heard a few people talking about attention, um, things like that. I believe that's true. I believe that Sandy is doing that stuff for attention mainly. Um, it's it doesn't belong. Um, it just doesn't belong what we're doing with it, what anybody's doing down there. I just don't understand what the hell Sandy is doing. There's a few people, and Sandy is one of those people. I don't know what the hell Sandy is doing down there. What the hell are you doing? Why are you there? Why are you there, Sandy? Please answer that question. Another question is why the hell is Pam there? What the hell is Pam doing there? I don't get it. Does anybody know why Pam is actually there? Like, I mean, I know she's got her dumb reasons, but I mean, I want an actual reason because she's
Same.
way too old to be down there. Like at this point, shouldn't she be retired? She looks like she's 80
Same.
years old.
There's two people here. Sin, who knows her from Boise, and then there's Teresa, genealogy girl. They can answer you those questions for you, and I'm sure Peg can go into the psychological aspect. But
Yeah,
genealogy,
yeah, sure. I mean, I've heard her response before about, you know, and I know she's been doing it for a really long time also, but it's like, I mean, isn't there a point where, you know, you just kind of hang your hat up? Like, she's not known
It's trying to be
worldwide.
relevant again.
Yeah, so what
Mark
yeah, but
back.
like I guess she's not 80, but she damn near looks like it, and she's probably running like she's 80 years old because of all the, you know, uh, probably 40, 50 cigarettes a day. Like, after a
Can I
while,
read
that's got to take.
something to you real Can I
Yeah,
read
go.
something to you real quick? And then I'll let Teresa and Sin talk to you more in detail. 1 second. I bookmarked it.
Mm-hmm.
Shucks. Um, she posted this to somebody else. It was a reply early this morning. And said, yes, I want my story and message to be the center of attention. It's imperative people learn MAGA is a cult and enablers, uh, uh, and a dangerous cult leader. So what we've all spoken about for quite a long time, about her wanting to remain relevant, and everything, because she doesn't have any friends, Shane. She has no one that cares about her. She doesn't have any family. She doesn't have any friends.
Okay.
She's not getting attention that she wants in Idaho. And Portland, she feels like people will pay attention to what she has to say. But that is also why she flip flops on both sides. Like, I'm not their leader. I can't tell them what to do. But then she wants to take credit for being important enough and having a
Mm,
platform there. But I'll be quiet and let the other two ladies talk.
that makes sense. Thank you.
Okay, in my opinion, Pam is out there simply for attention. She's not getting any attention in Boise. Everybody on both sides kind of turned their back on her. She's her boyfriend and Gal Suburban have thrown her literally to the wolves and got her ass to Portland. Got her on the press, got her to do all this stupid shit, right? And she keeps talking about patriots are putting her in danger. Pam is putting herself in danger. And it's not from patriots. It's from Black Bloc. It's
Right.
from Spider Mike. Wait until Spider Mike turns on her ass.
So speaking of people turning on people, you think Nathan Hot Dogs, Pretend Media, Stay Puft Media you think he's gonna make it through, or you think they're gonna end up turning on him? Because
He's scared.
Them
He's
off.
scared.
what's that?
He's scared of Black Bloc. He's not scared of Pam. He's scared of Black Bloc because
Mm-hmm.
they've already confronted him and told him not to film.
Mm. Yeah, and the thing about the Black Bloc is that once they, I give them that. Once they are on something, they stick with it. So them telling him and warning him about filming is what it really is. So he should take that for what it is, and that was a warning, I'm assuming, based on if they went up to him and told him to stop filming or whatever the case. Uh, that was them saying like, "Hey, we don't like what you're doing." He's actually lucky they didn't just push him out then, I guess. But um, yeah. So I don't know. I don't think they're gonna like it because um he's gonna get more overall footage of them doing bad stuff than probably the conservative side would because we're not there all the time and they when they see us they hush sometimes, or they might change what they're doing, or they might not do what they were gonna do, things like that. So we kind of, in a sense we're blocking them from doing a lot of stuff, so that could be quite annoying to them if we're there kind of just slowing down their criminal activity in a case. uh it's annoying. to them. So we're super annoying, even though we're not necessarily trying to be, but it just happens to be like that because we're killing their buzz, basically. Um, but yeah, the black bloc will continue to bother Nathan. They will. That's just the beginning. If black bloc's gonna be there, they're not gonna like Nathan. I can tell you that right now. They probably already don't, obviously. Well, I mean, why would it, like, can you imagine if one of us went over to, or a couple of us went over to one of the um, conservative streamers and was like, yeah, no, you can't film us over, when we're over at Patriot Corner or whatever, da 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 da. Like that would, that'd be interesting, wouldn't it? That would be a bad dynamic. So that just goes to tell you that he's not safe on that side. So just like Sandy is not safe over there, Shane Noakes, he's possibly not safe over there, because some people actually, whether they're on the right or the left, they want um, non-violent activity to be going on down there, which makes sense. Supposed to be peaceful. It could be peaceful on both sides, but Black Bloc is not peaceful. So as long as Black Bloc is there, it's not going to be peaceful. It's going to be a violent environment. Or it's either Black Bloc or the radical. There's three things that I think about when I'm there who is volatile. It's going to be Black Bloc, it's going to be the radical protesters, and then it's going to be the new protesters that have no fucking idea what they're doing and they're coming in hot and they get up in people's faces. They're touching people. They don't know it's like they just got out here and they don't know the rules of engagement. So that happens. So uh but Black Bloc, they're gonna bother Nathan. That's my opinion. It's gonna continue. And Nathan, just a word of advice, he should be careful, because I don't see him being the type of person that's gonna go up against Black Bloc, because who's gonna stand with him? To be honest,
You're
who?
100%.
Yeah, you guys. Do you know, like, if
You're right on
they
it,
are
Shane.
pushing him out, there's gonna be no more Nathan hot dogs over there, because who's gonna be like go up against Black Bloc on their side?
Right. And Shane, here's my advice.
Hmm.
Okay. And I would say that everybody in this room that has a speaker, has a mic, would agree with this. Do not go down to ICE for any reason. Give them no reason whatsoever to even see you. Let them deal with. Then I'm going to tell you the reason why. Eight Head, aka Dogface, has a manifesto. Okay, he was speaking it to truth. He doesn't. He's so confused right now. Oh, it was Seth Sinclair. Well, you didn't. And then Pam denied seeing it and even knowing about it. And then Mike said he chased it down. And then they said Shane, without a Y, held his gun out for over an hour. It was 1 minute, if that. Okay.
Yeah, I was right there.
They're confounded liars, and they're good. And that guy is a threat to society. I'm talking about Eight Head. Dogface is a threat to society, and he is a threat to himself. And those type of people will take out everybody that's in their way that they think was a part of it, and then they will take their lives. Okay, because
Okay.
he has said, I have tried to do it 5 times in the last year, and that means he doesn't fear. And he just bitched in another thing about Trump and gun laws and everything else with somebody in the fixer said, "Why are you even talking about weapons right now?"
Yeah. So when I went into the space, it was like right where um Pocket Sandy said, and Mike said earlier that I should go away for a while and get help and da da da, which I'm not always in agreement with Spider Mike, but with that I can agree. Um, Sandy needs psychiatric help, and that's literally the worst place you could be besides, um, like actually in a war or something, is being outside in the streets and in a volatile situation. Uh, why continue to do that? Okay, just like MAGA Granny, what is what is Pocket Sand? We know, okay, maybe it's for the same reasons that Pam is there for attention. So, like, attention and mental health it's a bad look. It's a bad mix because you're putting your mental instability out open like an open book just for everybody in the world to see. And seeking help is way more important than that. So definitely that should be the route. That's my opinion. Um and Sandy should not be down there. I don't get it. I don't get it. Like they're take a look in the mirror and like see like maybe it's not the best idea considering my thoughts. The thoughts that Sandy's having and they're not just thoughts because then Sandy's speaking on it. So now you're manifesting those thoughts. Like okay, so if Sandy is a threat to society, then Sandy needs to seek help if that's what the consensus is throughout
But part of the
everyone.
problem is Sandy doesn't recognize it, Shane. And Sandy
Oh
also,
Lord.
I'm not sure if you're aware that Sandy gives himself hormone shots.
Yeah. That's that's not helping either. Um
Well, no, it's not. The brain chemistry doesn't allow for that.
yeah, yeah, and everything that
And
Sandy's
he's an
doing is
alcoholic.
definitely
Selfish.
taking a toll for sure. Um yeah. Um so my suggestion is well, I don't think anybody on the right side is really into like kicking people out or anything like that. But who's somebody that don't think too far back, but more recently we have all discussed a lot about with her mental health and what she's doing at a young age and da 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 da. Like MySpace, that was a big deal not that long ago, and the solution.
Lonnie Payne has been a
Yeah,
no-show
Leilani. Yeah,
ever since the
MySpace.
mayor's house.
What is it? Leilani is the middle name. What's the her actual first name is different.
Mila.
Mila or
Lonnie
something like that,
Payne.
right?
She's 20 years old. She's
Yeah.
no longer a teenager. She can't play
Right.
the
Yeah, I
teenager
called
game
her.
anymore.
Yeah, I called her out on that a while ago. I was like, "You've been 20 years old for over a year now." Or I mean, 19 years old for over a year now. Come on now. She finally started saying 20. Um yeah, so
If you think that Sandy needs someone to talk to, the only patriot that Sandy is close to is Right Side Rebel, Serena.
Hey, what's up, car guy?
yeah,
I got
but
somebody in my chat again.
Sandy needs like actual
It
help
looks
from
like
a
Michael Bolton. That's Michael
certified
Bolton. That's looks like a
psychiatrist.
truck.
Uh, you know, maybe there's a possibility Sandy can get that taken care of without breaking the bank. Oregon is very well known for helping people that don't have money, just, you know, so especially, I mean, and it might have to might have to, I don't know. Some people get they don't have asylums, but they have
All right, if there's anybody in here that's
psych
still in
wards,
here
which are just
watching,
parts of
let me know.
regular
I'm gonna kill
hospital that
this
have,
so I can go get
you
other
know,
stuff.
psychiatric care. And whether, you know, sometimes people need to be in there for a while.
Agree. Hey,
I don't
Carback,
know. I just,
are you in
but like
chains
you were
also, or are
saying
you just chilling
earlier,
online?
if Sandy doesn't,
Because I think I'm about to end this and just
like, if
watch
Sandy can't
Chambers.
see that there's an issue with Sandy mentally, then Sandy will never get over
We've
the
been on for a couple
problems
hours already,
in
and I don't have
Sandy's
very many
life.
viewers, so this is
that's
pointless for me to keep this up.
that's the best
My
I could
first
do.
comment,
If you want to
my first
actually
comment
be in a chat, I
tonight
would suggest going
that
over to
I
Ground Zeroes.
posted was that
She's got like
Sandy
90
wants to
some
go
viewers
out
over there.
as
It's
a
much more
martyr.
interesting. That's why I'm hanging out in his
Sandy
chat.
wants to get
If
her.
that's true,
I
then
do appreciate
Sandy
you coming
needs
by.
to
Appreciate you stopping
move
in.
along. It's
But
not the place for that.
you seem to be by yourself.
That sounds
Go
like,
ahead.
you know, and then Seth Sinclair. Sorry to keep yakking. I'll stop, but
Spider-Man is absolutely
Seth Sinclair, people need to start.
chocolate chip cookies. I already
Something
did.
needs to be done about
I
Seth
missed it. I was eating
Sinclair.
earlier.
People need to start talking
I ran out of
because the
so I had to
reason
eat
why is because Seth Sinclair is a danger to himself and then a danger to others.
because I'm
Second,
over 2 hours now.
and
And there hasn't been any
we all
while,
do you
so I think I'm
we
around.
all remember the Patriot
And the
Shane
computer
getting
and
backed
everything,
in.
so
I
I'm
was
just
standing right next to him when all of that stuff
hopefully
was
next
happening,
time
and Seth
we'll be a little bit
Sinclair was right in front
it's
of
2 in the
Patriot
morning.
Shane. Do it.
Yes, they
Shoot
were Reese's
me.
chocolate chip cookies.
Do it.
They were
Do
Chips
it,
Ahoy
pussy.
Reese's chocolate.
Do it. Shoot me. Do it.
Delicious. I
You
still have
know,
half
like,
the package left, so that was my.
how dumb do you have to be? Like, you
So I appreciate you
obviously
being in
don't
here.
give a fuck about your life.
Off. I
Why the
see
fuck are you?
change chat if you hop over
These
there.
people around you
Like
gotta
I said,
see
next time.
that and know
Maybe
that
next time it'll
he's
be
risking
before
his
house,
life
but
and other people's lives
it was just
for
kind
what?
of
Because what was really if they were backing us down, they wanted us to leave. They already got us
all right,
all the way to
I'm gonna
Spaghetti Factory. How
I
many
will see
more
you
blocks
in
do
the
you
other
need
chat over there. I appreciate it.
to be okay?
Everybody else is still
So
watching and not chatting. Thank
why
you for coming
continue
by.
doing that, and then why
We'll see you on the next episode.
push it to that point? Because what if,
Patreon.
you know,